how sex education lessons start for kids in Dutch schools.
Alright, my sexy dirty bastards, grab yourselves a cup of coffee, put your balls in a good position, and let's get into it!
Me after meeting Aaron Terence Hughes for the first time.
And what a lovely man.
How I told my ex-wife that, to be honest, her bum did look big in her outfit and, frankly, in pretty much every outfit she wore.
Believe you me, I don't find this a holiday camp of good feeling to say this to you, but if I bullshitted you, who would I be doing a favor for? Who would I be doing a favor for? What's the point if I don't tell you the truth?
What I said to my friend when he asked how I thought he could improve his relationship with his wife.
I think realistically, my friend, I'd be getting rid.
And this is pretty much every fragrance YouTuber as soon as they turn off the camera after filming yet another top 10 video.
I'm pretty much done with doing this
same shit over and over and over.
Guys, welcome back to the show. So today we're going to talk about compliments, a fun topic. Some people hate this topic, and I'm kind of deriding people quite often because there's too many YouTube videos about the compliment thing on to do with fragrances. It's crazy. Gets you maybe a bit more in the way of views for a video if you do talk about compliments, but I thought we could talk about it in a way that I hope will be true to myself. Okay, so I'm going to give you my top 6 ways that I do tend to sometimes get compliments, the ways that have helped me to get compliments and could help you. Getting a compliment isn't that important in life. Have some sense of self-worth. Some of the best things people think about you probably aren't expressed verbally, and some of the nice things some people say may not even be true. They may just be sucking up to you, and some of the worst things, thankfully, that people think about you probably aren't expressed. So it's all about having self-confidence despite what people say about you. However, we could rephrase this if you find the idea of compliments a little bit stupid in fragrances, and I do to over-focusing on that. It's kind of unseemly if you ask me. We could call this just how to up your fragrance game, how to smell better, how to get noticed for smelling good more often, okay? Whether people mention it or not, or you never know. But these tips I do find will be a great way to actually make sure people smell you, think that you're presented well overall, and therefore may actually tell you that. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's not a terrible thing if someone does pay you a compliment. Most of us are human. I like occasionally to get a compliment. Don't let it run your life though, guys. Okay, so here we go. Let's get stuck into it. Before that, one quick thing. If you like fragrance samples and you would like to get some, and you're in the United States, Puerto Rico or Canada, please go to myfragrancesamples.com, link in the description. My code what is it called? My code Mr15 gets you 15% off site-wide. Great place. Mark, who runs it, a top guy. I really recommend these guys. Okay, so let's get into it. Ways to get more compliments on your fragrances from me, Mr. Smelly. Number 1, smile. Surprising, perhaps. What does that have to do with fragrances? Okay, so if you are approachable, if you smile, if you are warm, if you look people in the eye when you meet them, they are more likely to compliment you on something, and that very much includes fragrances. When it comes to ladies, one of the most likely things they may compliment a person on is the fragrance, because ladies have a stronger sense of smell than men. I think it's fair to say they really pick up on this. It's very important to ladies that men smell clean, hygienic, all this kind of stuff from what I gather, okay? So they really like it when men smell good. So if you are smiling, if you are warm, if you are approachable, they are more likely to like you. They are more likely to feel inclined to compliment a nice smell that they're getting off you, because a nice smell is great, but it isn't going to override if you seem shy. They like people to be complimented. Most people, I think particularly women when it comes to men, like them to appear confident. So smiling is a good sign of that. Staring at your feet, mumbling isn't. Be outgoing as far as possible. I'm a shy person, but I try getting a coffee from a hot Slovakian barista in my Starbucks. I try to look her in the eye and say thank you when I get it. These kind of things, okay? This is important in life. Be open, be confident, smile, try to look happy even if you're not feeling over the moon. Sometimes the smile can be the source of your happiness rather than your happiness being the source of the smile. In other words, smile and the world smiles with you. And smiling makes it more likely that people say and think nice things about you, and that very, very much includes your fragrance. So that's point number 1, smile. Please, if you have enjoyed the video and you enjoy what I bring to the community, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Point number 2, try to dress well. Present yourself well. It's no good, as we see with so many YouTubers, having a huge load of fragrances behind you and then wearing a rather scruffy top or a hoodie or something. I mean, well, no offense to people who wear hoodies, but whatever your sense of style is, I dress a little bit sort of more posh like this with all this stuff. Maybe if I'm just going to the shops, I might not go full on with the tie, but I'd wear a suit jacket and a white shirt. And that makes me stand out a little bit above the average punter in the shop, in the street, in the bar even where you go, okay? So rather than the guy who's wearing a football shirt or whatever in the pub. So dress as well as you possibly can. You may have a different style to me. You may have more of a street style or a sporty style, but we all know the difference between someone who, whatever their particular fashion sense is, has made the effort to have an ironed shirt of whatever type and look good. Try to present yourself well as visually as well as possible. Groom your hair, your beard, all this kind of stuff as well as you can. Clean your teeth, wash behind your ears, and then it's much more likely, if you look good, that people will compliment you on any number of things. But again, as I say, if you look smart, well, maybe the jacket or something might get a compliment, but it also increases your chances that when they if a lady says hello to you in a bar or whatever, and they get a good whiff of you and you look smart, everything boosts everything else. So looking good, dressing well, boosts your chances of being well liked and of getting compliments for your fragrance, because if you smell great and the outfit matches that great image that you're projecting with your aroma, how much better is that? A lot better, guys. So that's point 2. If you'd like to see an extra video from me every week, sign up to my Patreon group. It's only $2 a month. There's a link in the description. And we have loads of interesting stuff going on there. I do a lot of fragrance stuff, of course, but I also talk about some other things to do with my life. It's really fun, and I hope to see you in there. As I say, you can follow the link in the description, or just go to Patreon and type in Mr. Smelly 1977. Point number 3, wear the fragrance you like, not what you think YouTube or anyone else is telling you is a compliment getter. I get compliments. I've had a couple of compliments unsolicited, like from people in a cafe, a coffee shop. The person serving me from Bowling Green, Jeffrey Bean, Bowling Green, old school 80s fragrance, kind of a green citrusy fougere. Wonderful, love it. And it's a fragrance I really love and enjoy, and it suits me. It fits the kind of aura that I have, the kind of clothes that I wear. Okay, so wear what you like. Don't worry that if Jeremy says it has to be Versace Eros for compliments or Bleu de Chanel or whatever, well, they're great too if you really like them. But if they're not your cup of tea, doesn't matter. Apart from maybe really odd exotic oud fragrances that smell like a barnyard, or maybe vintage Koros that some people don't like, barring a few out there things, most things that smell reasonably decent and nice, whether they be a fresh scent or a bit more of a sweet scent or leathery or tobacco or whatever the style is, whatever the actual fragrance, as long as you pick the one that you really like, that maybe fits with how you look and feel and conduct yourself, it's the one you should be wearing, and it will get you compliments. So wear the fragrance you like. Forget a certain fragrance for compliments. I don't think that exists. Number 4, don't save any fragrance for best. This happens to be a cheapie, so it is a nice everyday wearer. But I also love, for a fresh one, I love Virgin Island water. Expensive because it's a creed. Should I think, oh, well, I'll only save this for my summer holiday once a year, or never if you're living in the current world, or when I go for a date, again, never, or a special occasion or a party, same again. But you don't need to save things for special occasions, because you never know, and make every day special. So, and of course, if you're watching this video, you've probably got 10 fragrances or more, very likely, if you're into fragrances, right? So you ain't going to run out of juice. And if there is one that's expensive and you've used it a lot and it runs out, okay, fine. So you prioritize that you're going to buy another expensive creed if it's that good. Just wear it. You never know. You could be hit by a bus tomorrow and you didn't get enough compliments because you didn't wear your creeds enough. So if you love Creed, if you love Xerjoff, if you love Roger Dove, if you love Parfums de Marly, don't save it for best. Make every day best. Okay, maybe you want to save some things for nice times, and you maybe don't want to associate your absolute favorite one with every Monday in the office. So yeah, okay, sure. But wear good stuff all the time. If you've got some fragrance you thought, I wish I hadn't bought it, it's okay, but I don't love it, don't wear it. Just throw it in the bin or whatever. Only wear things you really like. Don't save anything for best. And of course, that's going to get you more compliments, guys. You'll be happier in yourself. You'll feel better. You'll project a better image of yourself if you wear the best stuff all the time. Never wear anything that's less than a 9 or 10 out of 10. Why would you? Okay, next up, really obvious kind of stuff here, guys. I've got to apologise. 5.5, spray more. The more you spray, the more you get smelled. Curly fragrances, right? Don't be a sissy sprayer. Overspraying is great. Spray more. People will smell you more, and they're more likely to say nice stuff. There are certain situations where that might not apply. So if you're at work and you wear really, really too much aftershave, you could just annoy everybody around you. So judge it a little bit. But if you really want to get noticed, you want to get smelled, and therefore people will notice you, you'll be smelled, they're more likely to say something. How often do you actually smell, particularly another man, wearing aftershave? I don't very much in my life, okay? So I don't think most people spray enough, particularly men. So I very rarely get the aura of another man's cologne or aftershave. And that's because people aren't applying enough. You can overspray quite a lot before it really gets obnoxious, particularly with fresh scents and this kind of thing. Don't be shy, guys. Spray more. You'll get more attention for smelling good, and that's a great thing. We're fragheads. Risk overdoing it a bit. You'll get compliments, I think. If the trade-off in compliments will be worth the risk of annoying somebody. Point number 6 kind of ties in with that one. Reapply. Most of the compliments I get are within the first hour after applying. I always have fragrance with me in the car. I take it out when I go to the shops and stuff, and I apply just before I go in the shop. I know that's crazy, but I do it. I just bung the bottle in my pocket half the time. Of course, the best way to do it is to get a little atomizer, a sprayer, decant into there, and you have your little 5ml thing that you take with you. So if you're out on a night out, whatever it is, or maybe a date or whatever, okay, don't overdo it too much. But yeah, pretty much, after a couple of hours, even after an hour, if you nip to the bathroom, time to powder your nose and reapply 3 or 4 sprays up here so people notice you. Reapply. The top notes, the opening hour, the golden hour is when you get most compliments. Yeah, you might, if you're getting intimate with your significant other, 3-4 hours in, yeah, they get close, maybe great. But if you want to get noticed in public or in social situations, reapply for compliments. So there's my 6 points. Here we go. Point number 1, recap, smile. Point number 2, dress well to get the compliments on your smell, not just for the smile or the dressing well, but on the actual smell. Point 3, wear the fragrance you like, not what they say you should like. Point number 4, don't save any fragrance for best. Wear the expensive ones as often as you want. 5, spray more sprays, obvious. 6, reapply, equally obvious. That's it. Guys, let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. And sometimes life may stink, but we can always smell good. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello. Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's time to test. It's time to do a video, guys. Here we go. How sex education lessons start for kids in Dutch schools.